Hello, good folks. We are rolling with the second episode of Pink Basket TV, where we'll be featuring great chats with the business owners, entrepreneurs, innovators, dreamers, passionate people who provide us with the services and products we are looking for. As I mentioned on the first episode, this is going to be fun, nothing stiff and too boring. So sit back and enjoy the chats. Your host, Antoine Elhashem here. I went over a bit of a bio and intro on the first show, so let's skip that this time and get on with our chat with our guest today. Who doesn't like a good coffee or hot tea with something to go with it, like a lovely croissant or a delicious pastry? Well, my guest today provides that in the heart of downtown Toronto and is celebrated for what he does. Let's welcome Stuart Ross from Bulldog Coffee. Let's bring him on. Hello, Stuart.
Hi, Antoine. Thank you so much. I'm not sure you can see this, but I made this rainbow latte for you.
I can absolutely see it, and now you're just teasing me. Well, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much.
Of course. So let's start. I always say behind the business. I said on the first episode, there are the people, and that's who interests me. That's who we're interested in knowing first and foremost. So tell me a little bit about you, your background, and most importantly, what led you on the path to launching your business.
Okay,
I know you have a background different than coffee.
Okay, just a little bit about me though.
Okay.
So I graduated from McGill University with an economics degree.
Okay.
Then I became a stockbroker, and then I worked in the banking industry.
That's quite a
then
shift.
I realized I hated it every day. It came to a point where I was coming home every day miserable, and I would open the fridge and I'd be crying because I can't figure out what to eat. And I realized that that stuff wasn't really for me. And it took a long time for me to figure out what it is that I love. I used to go to a coffee shop for 10 years. Every morning, 7 a.m., I was that guy waiting at the door for some coffee. So when I found myself in between jobs, I decided I was going to walk dogs, and I was walking dogs, and I found this location where I'm currently at with a for lease sign. I called up, and from there, I started to open up a coffee shop, learned everything what to do, and here I am today.
So you're a self-taught barista.
I am. I'm self-taught, and then when I wanted to take it up to another level, I got some training from Canadian national champion barista Sammy Piccolo. And after I trained with him, I became Ontario's first champion.
Wow. Okay, so I was going to say you've got a lot of accolades and a lot of awards and a lot of mentions, which leads us to this question. Let's chat about the business. What makes you, and why did you get all those celebrations of your work? What makes your what you have unique and stand out? You can show us some products as well of what you make.
Thank you so much. So I think a big thing with me is my passion for coffee, my passion to make that perfect cup of coffee. Okay. And when I first started up in 2003, I took a trip to Seattle where there was a coffee and tea conference, and there were the best coffee makers in the world there. And I went around to every booth that I could. I spoke to every barista that I could. I tasted everything that I could because I wanted to take back home with me how to make that perfect cup. And that's, I think, a big difference with me and just somebody being hired for minimum wage is that I've got this passion to make the perfect cup because I know it's out there. And now I know that I can do it.
So this is actually brilliant. Your passion of and I know that your clients, I know the community, and I know myself when I visit your store over the years, you can almost feel the passion just when you enter the store. So kudos on that. Now you have to adapt to different things. What are you doing differently now? And this is what really this channel is about. COVID-19 and how are we dealing with this? What are you doing differently now with changes that you had to adapt your business to during this time?
Sure. So there's been a big slowdown because people are told to stay at home and everything. So I don't know if you can see, I'm going to turn the camera around. And again, I'm not sure you can see, but on the floor, I've marked some X's. So I have, when you first walk in, one X, then halfway in the store, another X, and then in front of the counter, another X. So what I've done is just allowed people to socially distance. I'm also very lucky. I have an indoor and an outdoor. So there's a natural flow to come in, stand at each station, and then exit. And you never really have to pass anybody, and you can keep the social distance.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah, not only that, but some of my best friends have now become Lysol wipes and also Purell, and I've got this spray. But, you know, joking aside, they're available here in case people don't feel that they've touched something, and that way they can always keep their hands clean. They can keep socially distanced. So that's what I've had to do to adapt. Nobody can stay inside, which is sad because I just built a beautiful store. But anyway, it seems like, you know, in a few weeks, maybe people can sit socially distanced apart, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah, it's coming. Is it true that I saw you doing something for nurses? Was that you?
Oh, yeah. Thank you. So I teamed up with Elm Street Deli. They were going to serve some boxed lunches to St. Michael's Hospital's frontline workers. And so I had a donation from one of my customers. So I put in one of my baked goods into each box. And I can show you, I bake here on premises. Again, I don't know what you can see.
We can see perfectly. Yeah.
Oh, good.
You're making us hungry, Stuart.
Good. Awesome.
Come on down. Yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. So I do small batch baking throughout the day. Just some of the things, some of the recipes that I've collected over time, some that I grew up with, the brownies. One of my sister's friends showed me the Scotty recipe, and my grandmother's recipe for the crack squares. So
Actually, guys, I've seen Stuart bake, and I've been to his store to devour all what he makes, and it is absolutely delicious stuff. So you got to try it.
Thank you so much.
No, of course. Okay, and I really, really love what you've done for that initiative. I think in this time, we got to think about a lot of things. We got to think about surviving in our businesses. We got to think about others and their safety. And we got to think about how we contribute, because everybody's struggling. We need to be part of the solution. So we gotta help one another. So I'm just gonna go into this. What lessons have you learned over the years that affected how you serve and cater to your clients? Something that you could share with other business owners or customers to just say, this is what made me kind of improve on this kind of thing.
So I think the biggest thing, I've been in business since 2003 doing coffee. I think the biggest thing is listen to your customers. They always tell you what they want.
That is great advice.
You might have to read between the lines, but they do tell you what they want. And I'll give you a perfect example. When I started the rainbow lattes, people were asking me, what flavor is it? I'm like, it's not a flavor. A rainbow is a visual thing, so I make a beautiful visual rainbow. Question kept being asked, but what flavor is it? What flavor? That was the customer saying, we want the rainbow latte in flavors. So again, it's just listening to your customer base. My customers told me that they want food. I used to only have like 2 or 3 treats. Now I probably have like 7, 8, or 9 different types of.
That's brilliant, because I actually get angry if I walk into a coffee store and they only have one option. I get angry.
Right. And so at the beginning, when I first started in 2003, I think I had butter tarts and chocolate chip cookies or something. Okay. Anyway, customers are saying, what else is there to eat? What is there to eat? So they tell you stuff. You might have to read between the lines. But Antoine, I think that's the biggest thing that I've learned. Listen to your customers. They tell you what they want.
Honestly, I think there can be a better advice when it comes to business. If you are operating in a vortex of what's on in your head only, you're losing a lot of the feedback that your clients are giving you. Speaking of clients, um, who are your clients? And I don't mean their age group or what they're wearing. I mean, uh, uh, who are they? What is your dream client?
Yeah. So over the years, my customer base tend not to be just walk-ins because I'm a little off the beaten path. So the type of customers that I get are, they go out to seek out good coffee. I don't want to say that every single one of my customers are coffee aficionados, nor do they need to be. But I do have a distinct type of customer that is searching for that better coffee. And
Okay.
it tends to be in a huge, wide range of age. I've got Ryerson is just 2 blocks behind me. So even I've got some students that have been brought up with drinking better coffee and go out to search for me. People who maybe don't want to also support corporations and they do want to support independence. So I find that I've got a type of customer base that have this niche that want to help and support independence and also want a better quality product.
I don't know if it's still the same. I mean, I guess your new location is kind of new and it happened around this time. But in the old days, I also remember your shop being a very social spot. It seemed like it's where people wanted to go out so they can see community and chat with one another. It was very homey and it was very warm and welcoming. Is that yeah, that's, would you say that?
Thank you. Yeah, I think you're very correct. It's always, the store is very small. It's only 500 square feet, which makes it very cozy. And over the years, I think it's pretty amazing at how many social interactions, people have become friends. A lot of first dates have been here. I remember somebody contacted me years later and they said they had their first date and now they're getting married. And if I would make up little coffee sachets for each date. So
Cool.
it's been beautiful how so many different people from so many different walks of life have been able to meet here, become friends, and it's nice. I like that part of it.
So, well, what inspires you in business? Maybe that's a good lead into that question.
My inspiration for my business is to be the best. It's funny. Since I just reopened in this location again, people have come by and they're trying each different treat and they've said, wow, this is the best brownie I've ever had. This is the best scone. And really, that's my
Feels good,
goal.
doesn't it?
I want that what anybody has here, I want it to be the best of. I keep on working with every recipe to make sure it's always the best. Like my new chocolate banana bread, I make sure there's tons of chocolate in it. You know, like I want the best of the best. That's what I want to be known, that if you come here, you're going to get the best coffee, you're going to get the best baked good, etc. Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, another thing I get angry at is things that are called chocolate chip and there's no chocolate, enough chocolate in them. So, yay, I love you for adding a lot more chocolate to your stuff.
Thank you so much.
What inspires you? What inspires you in life, Stuart?
Passion.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have realized that over the years that my passion, when it's ignited, I want to make it the best of. So again, I'll go back to the chocolate banana bread. That's my newest one. I make sure it's the best. I think also what inspires me in life is stuff that I can make with my hands. It's very important to me. And I like getting results right away. So I love the baking stuff is great for me. The rainbow lattes is great for me because I can prep it, make it, and see the results instantly. And I don't know, that type of creativeness, it's what has inspired me.
Interesting. That actually makes me, because I talk to and I interview a lot of artists. That sounds more like an artist than just a business owner, because you're looking for that gratification of the art on the spot kind of thing. That's why a lot of actors like theater more than they like movies, because you can feel that they're happy after. Good. Let's do the contact stuff. How do we find Bulldog Coffee? Where are you located? We never mentioned that. I know you're a busy bee on Instagram. You post a lot of pictures. So give us all those details, please.
Sure. So yes, Instagram, Bulldog Coffee Co., like company, but Bulldog Coffee Co., and you'll see the logo. What I try and do, since I do bake here on the premises, is that whenever I finish baking something and I pull it out of the oven, I always make a story of it.
Okay.
So because during these times, people aren't walking out and about all the time. We're told to stay at home. So I'm just allowing my customer base to see what I've been baking all day long. So whenever I bake something fresh, I pull it out of the oven and I make a story of it.
Wow.
Where am I located? So everybody knows Maple Leaf Gardens, Loblaws, and I'm 1 block south of there on Granby Street. So it goes Carlton, Granby, McGill, and then Gerrard. So I'm just a block south of Maple Leaf Gardens, just off of Church Street.
All right. 33, is it? No.
No, it's 89 Granby Street.
89, sorry. There you go. And you're on Facebook as well. I know you're not as active as Instagram, but I know you're on Facebook.
Yes.
So Bulldog Coffee, yeah. All right. Well, let's close with a recommendation. We all can use some good feelings in this time. So recommend to viewers, community, other business owners, fellow business owners watching, maybe a book, a film, a show, a song, an activity, anything that has been making you feel good that you would recommend for them.
Absolutely. And thank you for asking me, because this is a big thing. A few weeks ago when COVID started, being that I was a bit nervous with people walking in the store to make sure there's social distance and everything, I turned off the music, and I didn't realize how silent it's been for me for probably about a month. So what do I recommend? Play music, play happy music, dance a little if you can, play music that you want to sing to. It is, all this stress, I totally forgot. I kept it silent, and it got very busy in my head with all the stuff that's going on in this pandemic and everything, and it was scary. Anyway, turn on the music. Play your favorite songs. Sing loud.
Honestly, I think that's a very, very brilliant advice, and I didn't realize that you think the same way. When my head is too busy thinking, I put on music because it gets you out of your head and just be in your happy place. So brilliant advice, and keep the music going and keep those fantastic lattes with the rainbows going. And thank you for serving our community, and see you soon.
Thank you so much.